What's happening, y'all? It's Nefertiti, and I'm back with another video. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. I've been only dropping like one video a week, and I need to get with it. So that's why I'm making a video after work, so I gotta get on top of it. But y'all, so today I want to talk about abusive relationships. And I didn't sit here and write down what I wanted to talk about. I didn't because usually I try to plan it. I'm just going to talk about what I know and what I've experienced because I've been in them. I've been in a couple. So I can speak for it. And I just hope this video is some encouragement to somebody who's going through an abusive relationship, and it can be mentally abusive and physically abusive. And I just want to let you know that you do not have to stay. I just want to let you know that don't feel like that's the only person that you can be with, because a lot of times they'll tell you, well, you ain't gonna find nobody else. You're not gonna get nobody else like me. No one else is gonna treat you as good as me. No one's gonna ever want to be with you. You don't believe them words. A lot of times we get into these abusive relationships and we stay because we don't love ourselves. And we stay because we don't know our worth. And it's really because we don't love ourselves. When you love yourself, you won't allow other people to put you through certain things or treat you a certain way. But for those of you who's not that strong yet, and you feel like maybe you really love that person, and maybe you have a faith and you have hope that they're going to change, let me tell you something. If they're not already working on their anger, if they're not already working on not putting their hands on you, if they're not already working on not talking to you crazy, if they're not getting help with their self first, they're going to keep treating you that way. And they're only going to treat you that way because you allow it. That's the truth. People treat you the way that you allow it. You allow them to. So sometimes they get so far into that control thing, to the control phase, where they feel like it don't matter if you try to fight them back or if you try to do something else, they still feel like they're in control. You have to fight back. And I'm not talking about hit them. You have to fight back. You don't have to sit there and continue to be with someone who's abusing you. Maybe you feel like you have to stay with them because they're financially providing. Guess what? You can go get a job and you can provide for yourself. There's shelters out there that you can go to. If you're being abused, you can go to a shelter and they'll help you out, and they'll be private where no one knows your address and no one knows where you're at, and they'll help you get a place. I've been there. I've been to a shelter. I went to an abusive shelter and they've helped me. And sometimes it takes a while. It might take a month or two. And maybe it takes less than a month, but it's worth it. And it's empowering. And you need to get around people that's strong. You need to get around people that's going to encourage you. Don't push your friends away when your friends are trying to be there for you and telling you, hey, you don't deserve that. Sometimes y'all think that abusive behavior means that they care. Or you think that abusive behavior is normal, and it's not. It's not normal. And it doesn't mean that they care. They may have their own way of caring, and okay, maybe they think that's a way of them caring about you by putting their hands on you, but that's not true. It's not true. It's not. And a lot of times men and women feel like they'll put their hands on you to put you in line, to keep you in check. You ain't no dog. You are not no dog, and even a dog doesn't deserve to be hit, to be put in check. You don't have to put up with that to be put in line. If a person can't, if you guys ain't on the same page and the person can't get you to understand where they're coming from and they have to put their hands on you, there's something wrong with them. And stop allowing that. You can get out. You don't have to stay there. And when they say, oh, I'm not going to hit you again, they hit you, they beat you up. And then you stay and they tell you, oh, baby, I love you, I'm not going to do it again. And then guess what? You make them mad, they do it again. And then what? Y'all, don't stay. Don't stay so long to where, you die. There's so many people who are in relationships that end up dying because they're staying in abusive relationships. They think it's going to be okay. And then one day, things go too far. And sometimes things become an accident. Sometimes it's an accident that someone hurts somebody to the point where they kill them. You know what I mean? Sometimes a person is so possessive and so controlling over you that they don't want you with nobody else, and they'll kill you if you think that you're going to leave them. If you have children, think about your kids. Your kids are watching you get beat up. Your kids are watching you go through abuse, and this is for women and men. Men go through abuse too. They just don't put it out there just like women do. And a lot of times it gets pushed to the side because they're men. Men are being abused too, and to the men, you don't have to stay with that woman that's abusing you. You do not have to stay. Y'all, I don't care how much you love a person. You shouldn't. You have to love yourself more, okay? You can love a person to no end, but you have to love yourself more. All right? And that's not what God intends for our life. He does not intend for you to be getting abused. It's not normal. Like, I used to think it was normal. Facts. I used to get beat up. And I used to think it was normal. He loves me. He's doing it because he cares. And then when I grew up and I learned about life and love, it's like, yo, that's not love. Like, and even though you guys may have shared a mutual care about for each other, you guys really show that you guys care about each other. But I just feel like when you love somebody, you shouldn't have to hurt them. You shouldn't have to hurt them physically, and you shouldn't have to hurt them mentally and emotionally. Because even with emotional abuse, like mental abuse, that's real. Let me tell you something. I personally believe mental abuse is worse than physical. And the reason why I say that, because physical takes a toll on your mind as well. But the reason why I say mental abuse is because your mind, like, when a person puts in your head is like, which if you start to believe, and it's how you move. Your mind is so important. Whatever goes into your head is so important. So if a person is mentally abusing you and you're believing them words that they're saying, you start to believe that that's the person that you are, and you start to become that because you believe that, and you get down about yourself. You get depressed. You get in a bunch because you don't think that you're nothing, and they're telling you you ain't nothing. You ain't never gonna be nothing. You're ugly. You're fat. You're stupid. You da-da-da. You ain't this and you ain't that. And then if you're not confident about yourself, you will believe the things that they're saying to you. But let me tell you something. You don't have to receive that. You don't have to believe that. I say this a lot in my videos. Like, when you're feeling insecure about yourself, go in the mirror and you speak over your life. And even when you don't believe it, you have to speak it. Y'all, I had to do that. Y'all, let me tell you something. I don't want to put nobody down. I don't. It makes me a little emotional because this is not no joke. I would get, the person I was with, they would put their hands on me, and then they would mentally say things. They would say things to me all the time. And it made me feel so degraded. I would feel like less of a woman. I used to get depressed. I used to feel like I was nothing. And I didn't have nobody to talk to. I had God. God is real, y'all. He helped me get stronger. He gave me strength to move on. He gave me strength to leave. I just would feel like I was nothing. I just didn't feel good about myself. And I had to get to the point where I stopped believing them words that they were saying to me. I couldn't keep believing it because it would make me feel so down and so depressed. And I just wasn't myself. And I would look in the mirror, and I was not myself. I'm telling you, I will look at myself and be like, I don't know you no more. I didn't know who I was. And I would look in the mirror and I would speak to myself. And anything, even if I wasn't that yet, I spoke it. I would be like, you are strong. You are wise. You are smart. You do not put up with this. You do not put up with that. You are somebody. You are going to make it. I had to do this to myself every single day. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. I am not playing the victim. I'm just saying I have been there and I have done it. And you don't have to put up with that. When I learned, it took, I would watch videos to encourage me and stuff like that. Because I said, I wasn't around people that were encouraging. So, get yourself don't push your friends away. Don't push your family away when they're trying to help you, y'all, because you need support. When you're going through abusive relationships and even with family, even with your parents, even with your siblings, people around you don't have to be a person you date. It can be your family that is mentally abusive and physically abusive. You need to get around people that is supportive. Like I said, you can go to supportive groups. If you even go to counseling classes, when I was in a shelter for abusive women, they would have every Thursday, you had to be at this little class they would have, and all it would do was encourage you and lift you up and remind you who you are. If you don't know who you are, remind yourself, speak over yourself who you want to be. Like, get around people that can lift you up. Get around people that remind you that you are strong, that you can do it, that you can make it, that you can be anything that you want to be. You don't need that person to make you. God, you need God. Okay, you don't need nobody to make you. You don't need nobody to strengthen you. Yeah, you may feel comfortable and you don't want to be with nobody else. But guess what? Don't let this relationship or people be the death of you. And the death for you can be even just like, not just like physically. It can be emotionally, mentally. Like, you can literally die to yourself and lose yourself and not know who you are at all. When I tell you, it took me almost a year to get back to me. You can lose yourself completely when you give too much of yourself to somebody. I don't know who needs to hear this, but don't keep staying. Don't stay in no abusive relationship, man. Don't do it. Please don't do it, because all you're doing is hurting yourself. And it's hard to move forward when you're allowing somebody to tear you down. And here's the thing. The problem is you're allowing it. You will only go through what you allow. You will only continue to go through what you allow. It's up to you. You don't have to stay there. And maybe they threaten you. Maybe you feel threatened. Maybe they tell you, oh, they'll kill you if you try to leave. Trust me, I'm telling you, pray about it. Ask God to guide you. Ask him for a way out. He will give you a way out. But when he gives it to you, take it. Take it, man. Take it. I don't know who needed to hear this. This was on my heart heavy. A lot of times, if y'all don't give me topics, I truly believe God puts topics on my heart. I do. Because it be on my heart heavy. And this one was on my heart heavy. And I'm not going to just keep on rambling. But whoever this was for, I hope that you get this. Please, y'all, videos like this, share them. Please share them. Like this video. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you just subscribe to both of my channels. My bad, y'all. I had something in my eye. I poked my eye. But, yeah, make sure you guys follow me on all my social media. And y'all, stay on my butt, y'all. Stay on my butt, because I be slacking with these videos. Send me topics, y'all. Send me ideas. I love you guys. God bless y'all. And stay tuned. And like I said, I hope this helps somebody. So make sure you just take heed. This is a warning. Somebody needs to hear this. Love you.